Hello Andy, welcome on board of TwitMix project. You are going to release your upcoming album with Southern Brotherhood. First of all, I want you to talk to TwitMix about the new lineup of your band Southern Brotherhood.
Yes, hi guys, I'm Andy the Rose, I'm part of the Southern Brotherhood band based in the UK. The lineup, well, initially there was Jeff and myself as an acoustic duo. We co-wrote songs and we released our first album in 2012 called Magic Carpet Ride, which was recorded live in my home studio. Jeff and I, 2 guitars, 2 vocals, and we just get it really stripped down. Following that, we felt that we needed to enlarge the sound, and we wanted to explore a little bit with our, let's say, musical abilities in a way. So what we did was produce an EP a few months later, an EP called Taking Me Back Home, where we played 4 songs on it, and Jeff and I co-wrote one of the songs, Return to Alabama, which appears in an acoustic shape in the first album as Alabama. And Jeff co-wrote another song which is called You Are the Reason I Live, and that's dedicated to his wife, so very kind of personal. And Taking Me Back Home is a song that I wrote talking about the need to go back to your roots and how you feel that you want to, wherever you are, you're going to miss that place called home. And then we have an instrumental as well that is all country boys' dreams. That song is basically featuring birds as well at the beginning of the track. I live out in the sticks and there's loads of birds, and what I've done is recorded all these birds first thing in the morning. Now they're singing to each other, and that's the beginning of that track. So we experimented a little bit, playing little bass, little lap steel. We played some shakers and tambourine just to make the sound a little bit sort of bigger. But the underlying bass of the track, the tracks in general, was played Jeff and I live in the studio, playing acoustic guitars and singing, and then added a few bits just to make a bigger production. At that point, we played extensively throughout the summer, doing all sorts of festivals, and people kept on saying, "Hey, you guys, you need to push your sound. You need to maybe get a drummer, or maybe a drummer and a bass player, or maybe you need to bring in an organ player, or maybe you have to have a horn section." Well, we just said, we took on board what the guys were saying. Jeff and I wanted to really play electric, and that's what we've done. We basically looked around for, first of all, for a drummer, and at the same time for the bass player. So we took on board Steve. We jammed, and we could see that Steve had a lot of stamina. He's built like a tank to just play for hours. And the guy was in. At the same time, we found Chris, and Chris is one of the most melodic bass players I've ever played with. Incredibly talented. He also co-writes now, and there are 2 tracks on 1000 Times that Chris has actually written, and we just pulled it together as a band, because that's how we write our music. So that's pretty much where we're at the moment. We, as you said, we're launching a new record this coming week on the 17th of July. There is a album launch party at the Victoria Cross in Poole, which is part of Poole Bournemouth area. So that, for those of you who are local, it's on the Ashley Road, and it all kicks off at 9 p.m. So hopefully there will be loads of people coming and buying the record on the day.
Hopefully. Can you define your rock?
Rock. Rock is a strange word. Well, if I were to just summarize where our music comes from, is blues rock, but with a hint of roots music, roots rock particularly, heavily influenced by Americana roots, American style, so the Appalachian type of origins. with a bit of hints of local, maybe folk rock and country rock from the UK. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a live show. I mean, we're a live band. We play our asses off, essentially, and we just hope to give people a good time.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about your inspiration for your new album, 1000 Times?
Inspiration of 1000 Times. Well, it's a bunch of songs. We reused 3 songs from our EP that we did last year. A few weeks into the new lineup, we hit the studio, and one day we recorded the 3 songs. We did Baby Girl, we did Right Back Where We Started, and Serenade. Initially we were just meant to just do 1 track, but we said, yeah, sod it, we're just gonna do more than that. And we did 3 songs in a day. And we decided to release that as, hey, this is it. What you hear is what you get. And we still have a few copies available, so if anyone wants the EP as well as the other record, they can get that. And we then did 2 more sessions. So the whole record has been cut essentially in 3 days in the studio. So we've done 11 tracks. One we decided to drop, which was a cover by the Stiffwater Band. One of our biggest influences really in terms of sound. I love the Stiffwater bands. They're great guys. And we played one of their cover songs. Very good results. The guys were up for us to release it, but we decided that due to some licensing issues, it would have slowed down the release of the album. So it's there on a back burner for maybe a release some other time.
Your first single is Trainwreck. Can you tell me a little bit about how that song came about and the meaning behind it?
Well, I guess it's difficult for me to answer without Jeff because he wrote the song, and Trainwreck was one of the acoustic tracks that we played around with initially when we'd done the first album. And Trainwreck really is, the way I understand it, based on the story. It talks about a woman type of sort of choice of life, which leads to her living life as a train wreck. So, and the relationship within this guy and this lady, and the guy tells us straight what he thinks of her. That's the way I perceive it. Sorry, Jeff, you can punch me in the face anytime if that is not what you intended in the song, but that's the way it is. We've done a video for this, and it's actually been edited by the camera guy who came and filmed us, and we have all the props on the stage, including the train wreck lady. Somehow Jeff managed to get this sort of mannequin cast of this pregnant lady, and she's featured on the stage with us wearing a hat and candles and all the props on this video. So keep your eyes open, guys. Stay tuned, and that video will surface pretty soon.
Okay, of course. Your songwriting is such creative. Can you show the secret?
Oh, that's a different one. It's a different one for me to answer. We all write in different ways, I guess. Well, we all sort of follow one rule first, which is the music. It comes from the music, then leads to the lyrics. I never personally started with a song, except for once when I've written on a scrap piece of paper some lyrics on an old song of mine in a different outfit. And you know if a song is meant to be, and you know if a song is never going to be. Sometimes you get that idea that something comes in and you say, hey, I can rhyme with this, and the rule is if it doesn't gel together in about 20 minutes, then it's not meant to be. That's the way I see it. However, I don't know how Jeff writes his stuff, but I know for a fact he writes his stuff on the music first. And Chris, I guess the same, it's the same mechanism. You come with the music and then the story comes along. Sometimes the story doesn't come along, and that's when it's better to be an instrument.
What did you write on the cover of the album MX?
Oh, okay. Well, that was an idea that we were playing around with the design and thinking what we're gonna stick on it, and we just wanted to throw people, just not give them something that say, oh, 1,000 times written up. So we wrote it as MX, M for Roman numeral for 1,000, and then X for times. So to just give people something to reflect on. I mean, some people will get it straight away, some people will not get it. So that's it. That's why MX is there, because it means 1,000 times.
Okay. Do you have any people in mind that you'd love to collaborate with?
Oh gosh, yeah, I'd love to collaborate with loads of people. The answer is, I would love to. Personally, I know that the guys would love to collaborate with some of our influences. The question mark is if these guys would like to collaborate with us, to be honest. You know, I'm just honored by the fact that these people have inspired me, so I guess that is already a collaboration in itself, because they pushed us to do more music, to push the boundaries, to be more creative, and they've been inspirations. So I just like to thank all of you. Really.
What projects are you working on?
Oh, well, at the moment we're trying to really get the word out. That is the project. Hopefully taking part in Jurassic Rocks Festival this year should give us a good, very good exposure, particularly within the wider area that we cover, which is the southwest of the UK, and get more people to come down. You know, it would be nice to have regulars turning up at every single one of the gigs, so that we don't find ourselves not knowing who's going to come up. You know, if you build that loyal following of, even if it's a split of us, 15, 20 people that follow you everywhere, that's really what we're aiming at this stage. So what we're working on is, we have a bunch of new songs, and we've done some of it live. There's one amazing song that Jeff wrote called Spiraling Vortex, which is, I guess, a cut above the rest of anything that we've done, for a few exceptions. Comparison to other songs that we've done, and I just can't wait for this to be recorded. I mean, we have actually jammed it in the studio in the third section of the third session of the recording phase, and we do have a recorded version, but it was never meant to be, and we just would like to revisit that and produce a bunch of new songs that we keep on producing together, and we'll see. You know, who knows? I mean, we will be back in the studio probably later on this year, and just playing some songs on for posterity, and we'll take it from there.
Thank you for your time, Andy, and good luck for your upcoming album.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us. And by the way, I'm supporting the TwitMix project, stickers and coffee mug.